I would like to congratulate you, Aldo, for your new position. The Argentine community is very lucky to have someone like you.
Aldo, parabéns pela sua eleição. Vamos trabalhar juntos mais 3 anos com muito sucesso e, se Deus quiser, sempre juntos. Um forte abraço e muita felicidade.
What's the reason of your visit to Brazil?
First of all, I have never been to Brazil before. I wanted to see São Paulo. I wanted to see the Jewish community. I wanted to understand the possibilities and also the problems. And I've heard many things about it. You have 60,000 Jewish people in São Paulo, another 60,000 throughout Brazil, 120,000. It's the second largest Jewish community in Latin America. I really wanted to see it. I've heard wonderful things from Jack Turpins about it, and I'm very interested.
What do you see here? What do you think about the community here?
I see a very, very strong community. I see.
Strong, louder. Ronald,
I mean, strong.
Ronald, louder.
He said pain in the ass.
Louder.
As I was saying, the community I find to be very, very good. But the major problem you have as a community is that a community either grows or gets smaller. And one of the challenges you have here is how to build this community. It's only going to be built if you have enough people, obviously, coming and staying here. And that's a question of education. And one of the things I see is that we must do much more with education of young people. I believe you start as very young children, but go right through to university. There should be a chance for them to be here and have a future. I also believe, and I said it before, but no one listened, that you need a school like, for example, a business school, so that for kids coming, they have a future, what they can do.
And what do you think about the Ahmadinejad and Lula's meeting in the next week?
I think it's the question of the visit I don't understand. Right now, you have Ahmadinejad coming here. And the question is why? Why would Brazil receive him? And what is to be gained and what is to be lost? I wonder what Brazil would think if Ahmadinejad talked about the destruction of Brazil the way he talked about the destruction of Israel, and then had the President of the United States welcome Ahmadinejad. For us, for the Jewish community, as well as the community of Israel and many free countries, the fact of Ahmadinejad coming to Brazil is something I think is a big mistake. Mistake for Brazil, mistake for the world. Because what Brazil is doing is giving this man legitimacy.
Anti-Semitism in Latin America, how do you see in countries like Venezuela or even in Argentina, is growing or not?
Well, in the case of Venezuela, I would hope that Brazil is not comparing themselves to Venezuela. And if they do, then we all have a problem. I really do believe that it is in Brazil's best interest to remain totally independent and not receive people like Ahmadinejad, but rather be almost a neutral nation, a nation very much with the principles of democracy and what they stand for. And what I've seen recently, what Ahmadinejad did with the protesters, shows me that democracy is not part of it.
Para mim deu. Tânia, tu quer fazer alguma pergunta para mim, na verdade?
As a founder of a company of TV in the former Soviet Union, how do you see the freedom of press, and how do you see the Israel in the press?
Well, first of all, you're talking about freedom of press here or freedom of press where?
Worldwide.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Well, the freedom of press in most countries is very good. In certain countries, you watch what happens whenever there is a dictatorship and a person wants to give a direction to the country that people don't want. The first thing they do is stop freedom in the press. And many of these people don't want the press to have the freedom to criticize.
You go into Brazil or another countries in this travel?
I can't talk to you about the freedom of press, but what I understand in Brazil is you have a free press.
No, in your travel, you visit just Brazil?
Just Brazil.
What? Well, I only came to Brazil. I'm flying back tonight, back to New York. Came for one day.
Just São Paulo.
Just São Paulo. Just one day. I arrived yesterday and I'm leaving today.
Ronald, how do you see Israel in the media? If the media reflect the media,
Israel is being killed in the media because of what happened in Gaza. Israel is being looked on as the aggressor, and the Palestinians are looked on as the victim. But in reality, what would Brazil have done if a neighboring country had been sending 4,000 rockets into Brazil and hitting their cities and towns? Would they have said, no, we're not going to do anything, or would they have attacked? Okay.
But how to change that? Israel in the media is like the.
I think that it's important for people to see the other side of the question, the other side of what happened, and that's only can be done with information. How it's done is I have certain ideas, but now is not the moment to speak about it.